One match, one rivalry, one burning question. India versus Pakistan. Should it even happen anymore? The cricket world is buzzing, but not with excitement. It's with anxiety and a bit of rage. Because the biggest clash in the sport is now under scrutiny. After the horrific terror attack in Pahalgam, which killed 26 civilians, the public sentiment is clear and loud. No sports, no handshakes, no ties with Pakistan, period. But here we are. The Asia Cup is around the corner. It's in September and it features an India versus Pakistan encounter. BCCI is facing a bit of a heat there. Because fans have one very simple question. Is a cricket match worth more than national sentiment, than what went wrong on April 22nd? Is the money, the hype, the rivalry comparable to the stand we take as a country? One Indian team showed others the way forward. At the World Championship of Legends, many players in the India champions team refused to take the field and play Pakistan in the semi-finals. They had a shot at the trophy, but instead they chose to walk away. No drama, no protests, just principle. So why is the BCCI still locked into this Asia Cup fixture? Now the reason is this didn't come up post the terror attack. It was scheduled much before. For any multilateral tournament, such as the Asia Cup, preparations begin well in advance. India was supposed to host the Asia Cup, but of course, due to rising tensions, the venue was shifted to the UAE. Still, that one fixture every sponsor drools over, India versus Pakistan, that stayed on. So is BCCI somewhere stuck in this? Yes, in a way. They're bound by contracts to the Asian Cricket Council, the ACC, to broadcasters, to advertisers, basically everyone invested in cricket. But let's be clear, Indian cricket doesn't need this rivalry. The IPL is a money-making machine. India versus Australia, India versus England, already a global puller. The ICC thrives when India plays, no matter who the opponent is. So what's keeping India in? It's not desperation, it's just the duty to existing commitments. But even so, let's look at the broader picture here. India and Pakistan aren't the only nations wrestling with politics entering the sporting arena. Take Russia and Ukraine, the headline-grabbing example of geopolitical tensions spilling into sports. When these two athletes meet, it's anything but friendly. Refusing handshakes, avoiding eye contact, silent but fierce protests. Then, of course, there is Iran-Israel standoff, one that's practically frozen in time. Iranian players haven't faced Israel in football since 1974. So deep is the divide, the Iranian athletes are even expected to lose on purpose just to avoid the possibility of clashing against Israel in the next round. Then, of course, across North America, the USA and Canada tiff have its own spicy saga. After Trump slapped tariffs on Canada, their sporting clashes got way more intense. Remember the four-nation ice hockey playoffs? Trump hyped Team USA only to get roasted by Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau after they lost. Then, of course, there is the famous North Korea-South Korea divide, where players don't even smile at each other every time they are across the courts. Because if they do, they get reprimanded, like the North Korean athletes at the Paris Olympics last year. All highlighting that every country has maintained their geopolitical stance, even in sports, and it's a tough line to traverse. But here's the kicker, none of this compares to India-Pakistan relationship. Because this isn't just about trade disputes or political showdowns or something that's transpired over the last few years. It's about terrorism, with India on the front line as the victim. Now that's a whole different ball game altogether. So the million-dollar question, is the India versus Pakistan rivalry even necessary anymore? Maybe not. But giving up on a rivalry that's been the heartbeat of sports, and cricket primarily in the subcontinent, is tough. That's going to take generations to really come over. Since the country split, this rivalry has been a cricketing epic. A clash that fuels passion, viewership, and of course, yes, politics as well. India is already doing everything to limit ties. No bilateral series, no tours to Pakistan. They only meet where rules force them to, at least in this sport, in ICC or Asia Cup events. And it's not just about politics or pride after a point, it's about fulfilling obligations to broadcasters, sponsors, and cricket's global growth itself. So here's the reality. India and Pakistan's cricket rivalry isn't just a game. It's a complex mix of history, heartbreak, and headlines. It's a tough one to say completely yes or no to. Breaking it won't happen overnight, and it can't stand the test of time, at least for years and decades to come. Because sometimes in sport, as in life, rivalries are bigger than keeping score. Maybe BCCI is stuck in that very dilemma.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
Stands at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka karj mo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali.
Japanese,
4 兆ドル以上も.
Portuguese,
Por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select a language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.